should be live now. I don't think I need to give much introduction. We're just gonna start and see how it goes. And I'm hoping I can get a sub 130 loadless. 3, 2, 1.
Wowzers! Hey there, Skylander buddy! You know, if you need some pointers driving that thing, I'm your guy.
Can we hurry this up, please, Flynn?
Relax, Cal.
Greetings, prisoners! This is your captain speaking. On behalf of our supreme and glorious Emperor, Lord Chaos, welcome aboard. I'm sure you'll find your stay here most unpleasant. As you can see, I have turned on the fasten cell door sign. Fine about the ship and using the jump button to vault the objects.
The Skylander is here! We're saved!
Ugh, I hate zombies. Don't let Moneybone get away with this, Skylander.
It's the Skylander! We're saved! Thanks for saving us. There are other...
Wow, that is not a good timing. Hey, Voltrix, welcome to the stream. We're doing a Superchargers New Game Plus run, and I got pretty unlucky with that level up there. I should just grind out to maximum rank.
Wait a second.
Also, I have
know where
traps
we
now,
are.
which is gonna basically guarantee a PB if I don't blow the run somewhere else.
High gear.
E3 hot streak, yeah, this is actually the only hot streak that I actually own. That's actually mine. Like, my brother owns the mobile version of hot streak, which shows up as special in game. But this is the only one that I have that's actually mine. I put on the earth trap.
Iron equalizer.
Cut them down, Skylander!
Use the attack buttons on your supercharger!
Hey, there's something up there you might find useful!
The only like vehicles that I have that are actually mine are the Barrel Blaster, E3 Hot Streak, like the Bowser's vehicle, the Clown Cruiser, and the Dark Clown Cruiser. These are the only ones that I actually, but I am like allowed to use some of my brother's vehicles when I'm like 100% in the game and stuff.
We'll find it. We're going to try and track down our ship.
I hope this is
Isn't something supposed to be happening?
this runs on good base, but now.
This is the part that Master Eon always
Well,
Well, he's kind of captured.
yeah, the Barrel Blaster is the Donkey Kong one, but it can't be used with this version of the game because this is the Xbox One version and the Nintendo vehicles only work with like the Wii U version and the Superchargers Racing.
Hugo, come on. You can do this.
Okay, here goes. Vehicles of the Earth element are stronger in this
Also,
zone.
every elemental zone in this game is randomized, so this run is pretty RNG dependent. But I'm just doing it for fun. I have the Wii U version of this game, which is also technically better for speedrunning, because of how the entire game works and stuff. but I do not have the patience to sit through the loads of the Wii U version. I could also use like the PS3 1.0, but I do not want to set it up right now. Maybe in the future I'll set it up, so I have like, because it is like 1.0 version has pretty fast loads, plus there's some stuff that doesn't play. Yeah, the elemental zones are randomized in this game.
We'll be alright from here, chap. Go track down Cat in the others.
Skylanders of the water element are stronger in this zone.
All wired up. Being double.
You managed to escape too, eh, Skylander? Name's Prawn.
When I first played this game, I literally did not know where to go here. Still can't believe Skylanders and Nintendo collabed. I think, personally, that it was kind of a stupid decision, because it means that there's Skylanders that cannot be used on some versions of the game. Which, the entire point of Skylanders was that everything was compatible with every console. And that kind of ruined it. How I like to say it is, if Nintendo really did not want these things to be used on the other versions of the games, they should have not made the deal.
It's time we send our uninvited guests a special message.
Oh, time loss, tiny bit, time loss. It's okay.
Undead element are strong. There's still prisoners on the lead flagship, Skylander. Once you reach it, I can override the controls and we can save everyone.
It's not gonna look like I'm gonna. It's not looking like I'm gonna save time in this chapter, but. Well, it also works with the Switch version of Imaginators, but there's like 5 people who own that. It's rare as fuck. Oh hey, I am gonna save time here. Should probably have split for hub movement and stuff, because hub movement isn't really counted in the but yeah. I still think it's pretty stupid to have exclusive characters and stuff. I'm not even sure if the exclusive characters are allowed for the speedrun. I should ask that, actually.
I think I just ate my own face!
Alright, Skylander, we've almost reached the Cloud Scraper Mountains.
Once we get there,
You can call the dragon from the Sonic God.
Actually just, right now, I'm building up a collection to the point where you basically have everything.
Wow, a real Skylander. Welcome to the Cloud Scraper Mountains.
Yesterday actually I found a Heartbreaker box shot on eBay that doesn't have the chip in it, meaning that it can't be used in game, but I'm still surprised that I found it. $200 though.
charging up your attack before firing to strike fear in their hearts.
The glorious forces of Emperor Chaos have sealed all the gates leading to the temple. They will only respond to the gate gong, which is kept in pieces for security purposes. Hey, look at that!
Yeah, like, actually. I don't know if it was a legit or a 3D printed one, but either way, I don't know. I can, but like I said, it doesn't have a chip. It said it didn't have a chip in it, so even if you got it, you wouldn't be able to use it in game. Alright, do I need to use traps here?
You see that gun? Come on,
a lot of people actually say that they do not like the driving sections in Superchargers, but I find them very satisfying. Which is why which is one of the reasons I really like this game. I don't know if what I just did was a smart move or not.
Invincibility.
I don't know where I'm going. Okay, that was the right way, apparently.
Shield regen.
Oh, little bit of time was there, doesn't matter.
Skylanders, give it a bang! Wait that dragon!
Yeah, there's a lot of workers. Used to be like that was confirmed that there were 2 in existence, but then later, I think more recently, it was confirmed that actually a lot of the people who work at Toys for Bob have them.
Those ships are opening fire! Look out!
Skylanders of the water element are stronger in this zone.
The reason why actually a lot of people at Activision and stuff have them is because it was a Skylander that was actually cancelled last moment because how I think one of the people said it is it looked quote too evil for a Valentine's Day variant.
Just make sure you channel my awesomeness while flying. Believe it.
Yep, that was just like Flynn.
Pretty nice actually playing single player ASL once.
Coming. I'm coming. You don't have to gong it off the hook. You again? This isn't funny. Someone needs to stop these Skylanders. Guards!
Please let me skip the cutscene.
Where'd they all come from?
Yes, too evil looking. Cough, Ghost Roaster, cough. The thing about Ghost Roaster also was they wanted to remove him from the final game, from Spyro's Adventure, but they decided against it last moment, which now means we have a bunch of cool skips in Spyro's Adventure.
Vehicles of the fire element are stronger in this zone.
You'll have to clear out these troops to reach the Cloud Breather Dragon.
Hey, isn't that our cloudy dragon?
Here's your chance, Skylander. They're heading to the end of the path. Hurry up and cut them off.
I have incredibly sloppy movement today. As long as we save time, it's alright.
It's too far across to jump.
Oh, way to stick the landing, Skylander buddy. Boom!
I think I went the wrong way. Oh no, actually I didn't. Let's go up there, I think it was. By the way, sorry if you hear my fan in the background, I just have it on because it's always hot as fuck in my room. Oh. Superchargers checkpoint.
Launching a final assault on our sig.
Oh.
I'm not falling for that one again. I know it's you, Skylander. I told you to stop bringing those dogs. Now you're gonna pay. Attack!
Please, hurry up, game. Lost like 8 seconds in the chapter. Do you think they will make a new Skylanders game? From the looks of everything that's happening right now, no. Sadly not. I don't think... I am not optimistic about it. Let's just say it like that.
There's the queen. Let's go pick up the thunderous bolt and get out of here.
Welcome to the Cloud Kingdom, Skylander. You know, we had the boat all ready for you, but then Chaos's forces arrived and, well, you know, promised us safety if we joined him. Naturally, most of us thought this was... I am sorry.
You have to reach the storm horn to get rid of these clouds, Skylander. Hurry!
You're gonna want to be careful moving through that fog. It's the perfect place for bad guys to ambush. Just saying.
Infiltrators.
Losers! That troll just ate
I don't like how the game teleports you back when a cutscene plays.
I wonder if they're tasty.
Thank goodness you're here, Skylander. That awful chaos is transporting his oozy trolls into our lovely city. You must stop him.
That spinning crystal looks pretty screwy if you ask me.
I bet they extend that bridge up ahead.
So you agree with me?
Okay, that was pretty smooth.
That's the way we do it, Skylander! Boom!
The only way to reach Stratosphere is this road to the marketplace.
Marketplace? I've been looking for some new conversation pieces. The cloudy people did great bringing them out.
But I should probably like have chat in stream during the thing during the streams, but I don't know how to do that yet. When I figure that out, I will do that. Okay, I need to... Oh wait, I have to kill these guys. Just probably put on a trap, but it's too late now. Oh my god.
That door is harmonically locked. Hit the bells with your supercharger and that door will open.
Okay. Okay, that was not smart of me.
You Sky.
Right here.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
Hey, tech zone.
Stratosphere has overwhelmed the sunken...
Storm spawner.
You wish to challenge me?
Not to be too particular, but you know that the work we brought you...
You have to stop Lord Stratosphere before the whole Cloud Kingdom is destroyed. Get moving, Skylander.
Yeah, don't let that big jerk get away with the thundery bolt thingy.
Vehicles of
Oh.
the fire element are stronger in this zone.
Hey, that guy just passed without signaling.
Behold the power of the thunderous bolt, you puny Underlanders. You pilot very well for a peasant, but let's see you drive through this.
I feel like I'm leaving a lot of time actually. I probably am, but...
You are a persistent peasant, Skylander, but we have ways
Yep, I'm
of
losing
keeping
time.
your kind out of the Cloud Kingdom.
Yep, this chapter's gonna lose lots of time. Look at that, time loss, yay.
I have reached the end of...
Save 10 seconds, Stan lost it again. Thinking of getting 3 stars for all levels in Giant Skylanders, any good Skylanders for speedrunning. Yeah, Series 2 Flameslinger is fastest with the Wild Bow. Then Swarm is a pretty good giant, I think it was. I also just recommend looking at speedrun of the game because I don't know that much about the giants.
Well, worry no longer.
There is a teleport glitch though in the game which is pretty overpowered.
I'm here to help. Traditional...
This place looks nothing like the...
Those barrels can only drop so much explosive powder, Skylander.
Skylanders of the light element are stronger in this zone.
Right here.
I don't know how to explain it exactly, but I recommend just looking at a video of it. I have a video on my channel about it. Like, it was just like, that I found a way to skip chapter 4 with it. But yeah, I highly recommend just, I think I can explain it roughly. Basically, you set up as Skylanders, the second player, in a position, then you take off the second player, and yeah, and then you, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, sorry. Like, I have a general idea in my head, but I just do not know how to put it into words, basically. I'll send a video of it when I can. Same username as on Twitch, and that's basically I use the same username for like every single social media platform I have, except like one. So it's just JensJ56 on YouTube as well. Stealth is optional. Also, if you're wondering what the video was called where I do the glitch on my YT, it's called the funny warp I found that destroyed chapter 4.
Excellent work, Skylander. You have infiltrated the dark and crusty underbelly of Muddy.
Skylanders of the magic element are stronger in this zone.
Thank goodness you're here, Skylander.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
You do not want to be here when the guards...
High gear.
Vehicles of the earth element are stronger in this zone.
What the hell? Why am I clipping through the ground? Oh my god, I need to stop grabbing these things.
Skylanders of the dark element are stronger in this zone.
Yeah, but yeah, that's basically what it is, and then it basically stores the coordinates. It also works in the Wii and Wii U version of Spyro's Adventure. Why? Do not ask me, I have no understanding of the game whatsoever.
You know, my luxury Traptanium penthouse suite.
Count Moneybone.
If it's a duel you wish for, Skylander, a duel it shall be. On guard, and start your engines.
Well done.
It ends the chapter. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, be careful with caps. I don't know the limit of Nightbot. And I don't know. I didn't even know Nightbot was here. How did you beat him so quick? Traps. That's how. They're overpowered as hell, especially the Earth Trap. I'm sorry about your messages being deleted. Yeah. I do not know the limit of Nightbot and stuff. I didn't even know he was in chat because I just forgot about it. Good RNG, please.
Skylanders of the Earth.
Bad RNG. Now I have to lose a couple seconds to change it.
Look at that. A genuine Skyland.
Bit by bit.
Hello, hello, hello! You're quite a contender, ain't you, Sky?
Right here.
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger.
For the longest time I actually couldn't use traps on the Xbox One version of Superchargers. Because I didn't have a portal that was compatible with them for Xbox One. Because Xbox One portals are proprietary. Same for Xbox 360 portals.
Greetings, my esteemed sir.
Can I get the one cycle? No, no one cycle.
Devastating reversal of fortunes. We have a new leader on the ladder. The challenger advances. The time has now come for our spectacular air show. Observe the magnificent.
Well, actually, I'm already playing as a Trap Master.
Flying shafts. If you can hit them, they might drop a surprise, or perhaps a nice pastry.
Because the Skyland Gearshift is the fastest Skylander in this game. And Gearshift is a Trap Master.
Everyone applaud for the flying sheeps from a place of unknown dimensions. Yes, yes, my liebchen.
No, that's in Giants. game has a different fastest Skylander. In Spar's Adventure there's actually multiple we use. Because there's a lot of glitches and some levels are more optimal as other Skylanders. In Giants, like, for most of the thing you use Flameslinger. And then for Swap Force you use, depending on if you're playing the Wii or HD version, then you use a different stuff, and then for bottom you use either Shift or Legendary Shift. I do not know a lot of the skips in Swap Force. For Trap Team you use either Boom or Blast as the top and then Jet as the bottom. And then for Superchargers you use Gear Shift or Spitfire if you don't have Gear Shift. And then for Imaginators you use Fire Crystal, and then you use like 4 years of grinding to one-hit the final boss. Gear Shift's OP, yeah. Gear Shift's very OP. I also have a bunch of tech Skylanders to stand in, so I have elemental boost, like more elemental power. How do you one-hit the final boss? On Imaginators you can level up, if you have a duplicate of an item, the stats get buffed, and you can use this to basically just get weapons for Imaginators that are so overpowered you can one-hit everything in the game, even on Nightmare mode. I have a pretty OP save file for the Wii U version, but it's not strong enough to one-hit bosses yet, and I haven't really grinded on it for 3 days.
Skylanders of the fire element are stronger.
I think I found a book about the...
The grinding, there's multiple methods. On Stompa, on like most consoles like the Xbox 360 and PS3 are actually best for grinding since you don't have to mod them to do the save file things. And we also have some save files that are already pretty grinded out, just available for download. I think it's on the resources tab on the Imaginators speedrun.com page. I'm not sure though. If it isn't, I'll ask them to put them there.
The devious spellpunks had unearthed the very same cursed relic that had allowed the darkness into Skylands centuries ago. The Dark Rift Engine. The spellpunks had to be stopped before they could...
So depending on what console you have Imaginators on, depends on if you can grind it out properly or not.
Had grown treacherous. Danger sprang from the shadows. The spellpunks were drawing magic from the Dark Rift Engine, feeding power to the darkness.
Hey, no fair! That life spellpunk is healing all baddies!
The Skylanders fought their way through the danger, charging into the mouth of the Spellpunk Keep. But then, without warning, all of Skylands began to quake, and a wave of fear swept over the land as a great and terrible shadow erupted from the keep.
Waiting for other players to skip. I am playing with one player. Why do I have to? You bought Robo for $10 from a friend. Yeah, you scammed your friend, man.
We'll come back with a sky vehicle when you're ready.
Skylander, you gotta see this book! Looks like this one here.
Like, how do people be like, oh yes, I bought Robo for $10 right here? Like, how? Just how? I'm jealous.
Finding its location would be the most dangerous.
It's like how my brother bought Superchargers for PS4 and got an entire world worth of Superchargers with it, which is he bought for 25 euros, and the game alone is already more expensive than 25 euros. Though it's how he figured out his PS4's disk drive doesn't work.
For it knew that in order for its power to grow, the core of light must stay hidden. Undaunted, even in the face of this great evil, the Skylanders continued the quest to call forth its evil servants to do its terrible bidding. But they would fall before the Skylander like limp.
I got the pinks on Discord twice. Oh, someone's DMing me. I'll respond to that in a bit during the auto-scroller part of this level.
And then, after a long journey, the lost citadel of the Portal Masters had been reached.
By the way, is the microphone still hearable?
Wowzers! Looks like the darkness almost conquered Skylands back in the old...
Hey there, Skylander! Check this out! I'm not sure it'll help us much, but it's kind of a cool read.
Yeah. I once found Robo the entire set sealed for 200 euros, and that's still cheap for it here. Like, Robo easily goes up to like 500 here for the figure alone.
Oh, hi, Skylander.
Okay, is this the...
The forces of good had discovered the hidden location. The Skylanders.
Yeah, this is the auto-scroller. You don't have to do anything here.
An all-out attack to drive the darkness toward the core itself. But the darkness would not go easily. The darkness laid snares and traps for the Skylander.
Autocorrect? Or...
The Skylander, however,
also, I just saw the stream buffer and it scared the fuck out of me. I'm gonna grab it, some water whilst this is playing.
Desperate, the darkness unleashed its full power. Its dark might seared the sky, tearing across the land.
I'm back. Now if someone redeems consume water, I actually have water ready to consume.
Echoed across all Skylands, trading blows that shattered islands in their wake.
Yeah, the Switch version of Imaginators is also incredibly rare. Because there was like 2 months where you could buy it, I think. It was a launch title for the Switch, but there wasn't much demand for it at the time.
But inch by inch it was pushed back until it was in range of the core. And then its glorious light filled the sky. With the core of light hold.
Choose a power. I know which one's better. I should have probably chosen the other one. Oh no, chapter 8 is coming up soon. AKA the chapter where I'm probably gonna lose the entire run. Like, you see all the time save I got, yeah, that's all gonna be gone in Chapter 8. I should have done Chapter 8 way earlier in the run. No, this one. Yeah, I know Banned Starcast. Isn't that also one of the rarest?
Who's she talking to?
Oh, I'm just talking to my collection. They get so lonely being on display with no one to see them. Wait, are you visitors? Look, I have Natty Bubbles, dinner plates, the Foot of Argus, 2 cars, Maliforce guys.
Maybe.
As promised by the great...
Hey, weird little bug guys, one of you want to help me down from here?
Free jumper.
Yeah.
How's it going down there? Confetti and cupcakes! You come with a vehicle? That is so sparkly! Cookies and ginger, gum and bubbles! Shouldn't have come here looking for trouble! Wanna see my bug collection? Careful! Some of them are poisonous! Just kidding! They're all poisonous!
The rarest thing I own is Volcanic Vault. And the rarest one, like, the rarest game from the Skylanders series I own is the Wii U version of Spyro's Adventure.
You're really taking these chase variants to new levels, Skylander!
Like, for us, I really want a Heartbreaker Buckshot with a chip, but I know that probably won't be possible.
Try and keep the damage cosmetic, mostly. It works mid-condition anyway.
Hello Mokue, welcome to the stream. Yes, but the thing is finding someone who's actually selling it. That's the problem. Like, who's actually selling one with a chip in it. That's the problem. That's the employees are basically not allowed to sell them because it was never officially released. We are talking about Heartbreaker Buckshot and stuff. And Rare Skylanders. I probably didn't need to go for these enemies, actually thinking about it. More time balls to add to the collection of time bosses we had during this run.
The Skyland.
Oh god, no. Oh, thank god that it got me out of there quick.
Oh, look at this! A rare encrusted weevil!
Vehicles of the fire element are stronger in this zone.
You could also get it if you're incredibly lucky and someone who one of the employees who owns them is willing to sell one to you. Oh my god, I'm incredibly stupid today. Don't I have all of the things already? Actually.
Don't go in
I want to get a golden hot streak one day, actually.
And they really don't like visitors.
Oh, I should probably put in a trap, actually. Dude, focus on the bee. Oh wow, there's more. I should also do a 1.0 ASL, but I do not have a 1.0 version of the game set up right now. Neither do I have a 1.0 save file that's completed. But I have the PS3. Actually, my brother has the PS3 version. I can always ask him to use that.
Behold, this way leads to the prized possession known only as the Humphrey. You're not taking my prized collectible. If I can't have you, no one gets to.
Vehicles of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
Oh, we're putting on the bonk. Or trap.
I think nobody has a flat Skylander in their collection.
I should actually watch where I'm going.
I can't have you. No one gets to.
Is it fun? It actually depends on if you like Superchargers or not. Because this game is very glitch heavy. There's one major skip in this entire run. Please, gate, just open. Thanks. No. Well, there goes about 10 seconds of time. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Brussels sprouts. Deal's a deal. You want Humphrey, fair and square.
We're gonna... Opinion on dogs. Dogs are cute. I actually kind of have a dog. She's very cute, but she growls sometimes. But it doesn't matter because I still love the dog. I actually took her for a walk right before the stream. Also doing some other chores around the house.
No offense. I wonder what a secret recipe is.
I don't know.
I say kind of half because it's actually not really ours, it's my...
Bringing whiskers.
mom's boyfriend's dog, and the dog was staying here originally because situation, and the dog didn't have a place to stay, and it has been here for 2 years now, or 3 already actually.
It's on everything. I bet you can grow and shrink those feed bags to solve this puzzle, Skylander. Try shrinking and growing some of those objects, Skylander.
I hope I can save some time in this chapter, but that's probably not gonna happen. I also still want to do an 80% run this game someday.
These are the wrong tools for the job. How disappointing. Ah, well, I'll have to dispose of you.
Which kind of bad, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't like this chapter either. There's one puzzle that I always struggle with. And I didn't bother practicing for some reason, so this is gonna be fun.
Skylanders of the light element are stronger in this.
Watch out for those chicken torpedoes. Are you kidding me?
That's what I call fast food. The blue chicken feed is all over the place.
That gate leads to the clock's headquarters. You'll have to find a way to get it open. Way to go, Skylander! Kablam!
If you're the... Vehicles of the earth element are stronger in this zone.
Autocorrect can actually piss off. You can disable it somewhere in phone settings or something. That's autocorrect, you're helpful but annoying.
Jumbo order of chicken coming right out.
Alright, here comes a pretty annoying part.
You are really affecting my productivity.
That gate won't open until you get a chicken into each chute.
Okay. Oh, physics.
Way to tenderize those chickens, Skylander. Tender chicken.
All right, now let's find
We actually reached the 1 hour mark of the
Anyone
stream.
else see a 5-story chicken walking around back there, or am I just hungry?
Flynn, that's not a chicken, that's a rooster.
Oh, are they always that big?
Hello.
Skylanders of the water element are stronger in this zone.
Come on. Come on! Thanks, game.
Every basket so brings us one step closer.
Ah, you sent a long message, I I'll read it in a bit. Currently have to concentrate.
There it is. Cluck's official chicken headquarters. Oh, the savory secrets it must hold.
There he is!
No way I'm gonna lose 3 minutes on this boss, so I'm not allowing that to happen.
Delicious goodness.
Dude!
For our flying egg special.
Dude! Work! For once in your life, please just fucking work again. Thanks. Sorry, this chapter just really pisses me off sometimes. I hate this chapter with my A Cure Squad. Welcome, Q Road. Welcome to the stream. We're playing Skylanders Superchargers and New Game Plus Run, and we're currently on the bane of my existence. Holy crap, I hate this chapter. Because they decided to make a boss fight reliant on physics objects. Who thought that was a good idea, like, actually? I hate this chapter even when I'm not speedrunning. Like, I just hate this boss so much. Luke.
Nothing will stop me from raising my mighty
I only have 1 minute left for the boss, or else I'll lose time again. It's probably what's gonna happen, because of how dumb this boss can be.
How about I mega-size this crushing defeat for you?
Alright. All fucking right. Like, no, just straight forward. Okay, now just end the chapter and don't wait 10 seconds for no fucking reason at all. Please, game. Thanks. Oh, I hate that chapter so much. No, don't go to friends. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter because I don't think this is counted anyways.
Keep it down.
Imagine growing a chicken to look like a fluffy, overweight ball just to turn it into chicken. Only in Skylanders, right? Right?
And carry out their every terrible wish.
Yeah.
To the death. That massive lobster titan has the eye of the ancients. You'll need to get titan size too if you want to take it from it.
Wowzers! Talk about bringing it big time.
Look out! Here they come!
There's actually a soft block in this chapter I have to watch out for.
Phew, that was close.
I beat this game in like 3 days or something. I'm not sure exactly, but at least on Xbox One I beat it within like 3 days. Wii U, I'm not sure. Because I was kind of playing through Trap Team and Superchargers at the same time. On the Wii U.
Don't worry though, this colossal colonel will bring you up to their level and give you a fighting chance.
I beat Imagination in 2 days, nice. Oh, you have the Wii U Dark Edition, that's actually pretty nice. I have the regular Wii U one, I have the regular racing one, I bought the Xbox One version game only with a portal. And then I have the Dark Superchargers Racing.
But reaching him isn't going to be easy.
I also bought Dark Swapbox ones second hand, and it came with another 3 racks for some reason. I have like 5 3 racks, it's insane. No, I saw a dude on the Skylanders subreddit who had, and I'm not kidding, 21 like live prison breaks. I think we need to tell Nightbot to fuck off in a bit. Why does it delete all of your messages when you do that, by the way? That's so dumb. Like, you know what? I'll mod Nightbot after this. No more harm. Alright, here comes the part where you can actually softlock. And just like if you go down there or something, whilst the cutscene is playing, you can get stuck.
Skylanders of the Earth element are stronger in this zone.
I'm gonna take this carefully.
Terra Shark.
Yeah, okay, I didn't softlock. One cycle. Aware of what?
You really fixed that big shark dog thingy, Skylander. Fixed.
Okay, what was the thing you were not aware of? Please enlighten me.
Vehicles of the fire element are stronger in this zone.
Do you need to get a gear shift? You can use either Spitfire or Dark Spitfire, but it's not nearly as fast. Like, it is viable, but it isn't. But it's slower. Oh, you weren't aware of the soft lock? Oh, I had it in my Sky Factor actually. And that wasn't fun. But at the time I was, like, when I was doing my Sky Factor, this game was, the run for this game was an absolute mess.
Don't let up, Skylander. She's the only
The Sky Factor was already nearly 2 months ago. Holy crap, time flies. And also, if y'all don't know what a Sky Factor is, it's playing every Skylanders game for the main consoles in a row. You have Voedsel. Oh, nice. I should be focusing when I'm driving, but I'm not, and I'm losing a ton of time.
Beachcomber.
I actually bought like 8 Imaginator crystals yesterday for like 40 euros, so I got like 5 euros per crystal or something. They should be arriving tomorrow or the day after. I don't know how they deliver stuff on Sundays. 2 cycle. Let's go.
Way to lay down some social awareness on that snobby squid lady, Skylander.
Way to go, Skylander! Woohoo! Get to that lobster titan and...
I couldn't have done it better myself. Who am I kidding? Still, totally awesome. Almost there, Skylander!
Can I give you an invite to a team I'm in? We do 4 raids. What? I hope you mean like official Twitch raid thingies. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it for a bit. Is that alright?
They're bringing in the heavy artillery.
You can give it to me, but don't send it here. I recommend just DMing it to me on Discord then.
You made it! That's some awesome driving, Skylander! Undertow. Yo, this neck bling is...
Wait, I'm 4 minutes ahead. Is this chapter 9? Can I donate to you? I currently don't have like a donate link set up, but you can donate with bits and stuff, but don't feel forced to donate and stuff. Can someone check if this is actually chapter 9 and I didn't actually accidentally boot up another chapter? Three minutes ahead.
Well done. Now that you have recovered the Eye of the Ancient.
It's no way. No fucking way. I saved 2 minutes and 46 seconds on that chapter. No fucking way. There's... J 3 dash. Yes. No. Wait, was it the last one I had to softlock? I literally can't remember. I literally can't remember anymore. I don't know if it was the last one or during my Sky Factor, like everything's blurring together. Okay, I need to use a water trap for the first one because I have to preserve my earth traps.
Glumshank's risked his life to...
Skylanders of the air element.
I'll have to check which one was...
The countdown to Ridepocalypse has begun! Ridepocalypse has begun!
You really sound like another streamer I watch.
Big hand, folks. Hold the applause, folks. It's time to celebrate.
I had someone tell me, like, yesterday that I sound like Robtop.
Let's hear it for Windburn and Turn.
Like, this dude was seriously like, hey, you sound like Robtop, and I was like, okay.
I think it's time to bring in a little surprise. What say you?
You have 2 earth traps, yes, but
Bring in the spikes.
I would still like to preserve that bit.
What a great play by the Skylander. The chew-through crew is history. And the rookie sensation is becoming a crowd favorite. Here comes a shower of appreciation. Enjoy it while it lasts, Skylander. And now, entering the arena.
Here I'm gonna use on earth trap.
Tread Roller has its sights set on the Skylander and is ready to open fire. Seems like the Skylander is out to an early lead. Unbelievable!
Alright, here I have to wait a bit before attacking the thing, or else I can soft lock, which would be catastrophic.
Come from nowhere rookie sensation Skylander rocked Apocalypse by taking the Compact Class Championship. But can it be done again?
Yes, it can be done again. Or can't. We are about to find out.
You face the fiercest.
I gave you the invite in Discord DMs, okay. I have to wait for the thing to pop up.
Turbo Teeth is turning the Skylander into a chew toy. And just like that, the tables have turned. In an incredible turn of events, Turbo Teeth has been dethroned, and we have a brand spanking new, mighty-sized champ, the Skylander. And look at that, Turbo Teeth brought a few friends to the party. Whoa! Do you hear that, race fans? You know what that sound means? Oh yeah! Coming up, the destructive finale for our new mighty-sized champ as they face the towering might of Rachosaurus! I can't believe your action. And now, the epic conclusion for the battle of the centuries and centuries to come. For all the marbles and for the grand prize of Glumshanks, please welcome
Okay, Pendergast, we get it. Please, let me continue.
Now entering the arena, a creature so... Ooh, a devastating attack by Rachosaurus leaves Sky.
And the winner by a car-crushing crescendo is...
You didn't have a lot of superchargers, but you asked them for your birthday, and now you have a lot. That's nice. Okay. Chapter 11, Chapter 12, Chapter 13. I don't believe... Holy crap. How am I 3 minutes ahead of PB with everything that happened earlier in the run?
We don't have a choice, Flynn. The Dark Rift engine is our only chance to get rid of the darkness.
In this upcoming is the only major skip in this game. It's in this chapter.
Objects toward you now. Excellent. The test has begun.
You might get world record. No, because the world record for this game is like incredibly optimized. I might get top 10 though, if I'm lucky.
Vehicles of the tech element
Though top 10 isn't really major in this game.
You must gather the pieces and
I used to be top 5 on Spar's Adventure for a short bit, but that didn't last long. Mainly because I lost motivation to run Spar's Adventure. I am last place on what's it called, on last place on Strat Team. But yeah, I have been practicing Trap Team over the last few days, and I hope to get good enough at the game to get a good run by the end of the month. Oh, you're last place on Giant's last chapter. It's something. Like, we all start somewhere. Here come some of the only, here come the two only skips in this entire game.
Beyond this door is is the vault of the ancients, Skylander.
Skip
You
number
must
1.
be certain in your quest. There is no room for doubt or any additional carry-on baggage of any sort. Dark creatures come to stop you, Skylander.
What I recommend doing is do everything you might have to do still before a run. So you have a minimal chance of getting interrupted during your run. That's what I do. I walk the dog right before a run most of the time. I go to the toilet before I run, so I don't have to do it during the run. Let's just hope I hit the checkpoint. I hit the checkpoint, let's go.
All geared up.
Opinions on opinions, it's nice that we can have opinions. You didn't mean to put it twice, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
There is not much farther to go.
I don't think she would understand what I'm doing. I explained to my parents what speedrunning is and stuff, and they find it okay as long as it does not get in the way of like important stuff.
Behold, the dark rift and
Another success.
these creatures have developed an attachment to the dark rift engine. Something in its nature speaks to them. You must defeat them if you wish to claim it. It is your destiny to solve this puzzle, Skylander. It is you I have been waiting for.
Push. Push. I was in the wrong thing, so it wasn't pushing. Lost a little bit of time, but it's fine. We have a lot of room to mess up right now. Your parents think speedrunning is cheating? I mean, for a lot of games, you're just for a lot of games, it's just like go do the game but fast, and in other games, you're literally skipping the entire game. For like Super Mario World, there's literally the world record for the game is 41 seconds, because there's a glitch that warps you straight to the credits. In my opinion, it's weird that 2VMe's server needs phone verification. If it's like that something has happened before and they now have that in place to make the server safer, then it's understandable. But for some servers, it completely isn't needed. But like, there are servers that have it in place right now because stuff has happened in the past, which like.
Skylanders of the undead element
Yeah.
are stronger in this
It's
zone.
understandable. What is the reason? I'm wondering right now as well.
Well, what have we got here?
Some need it, some don't. You can actually choose whether your server needs it or not. If it doesn't want spam, to prevent spam, you can also just put out cooldown on chat. Like 5 second slow mode. Already prevents a lot of spam. I remember in the official Geometry Dash server, one of the admins once did add everyone in the general chat, and then was surprised that people responded, and they closed down the general chat for like 4 hours.
We'll have to meet you on the other side.
Take your money to the darkness to sneak those sneaky pirates, Skylander.
Hey, what's that?
They're firing on their own train. Get clear, Skylander.
You don't know when to quit, do you, you scurry Skylander? Lads, rear out all the engine exhaust into the train.
I actually have an IL for this chapter on the PS5. Because I was allowed to use someone's PS5 for it.
Stop lively, Skylander. That airship is taking another run at you.
Let's see you find your way through that.
Oh.
Fire in the hole.
I'll train all the lot of you if they get away.
The pirates are gonna use the smoke screen for cover.
Oh, you're really starting to bust my barnacles, Skylander.
Get us under the train, Sharkfin.
Oh, I need to.
Reroute the engine exhaust. Hold still, Sharkfin. Almost got it. There.
Get them off my train.
Please, the RNG.
We're on the case. Well, down.
Oh, there's the key. The most powerful hat is the rainbow hat. You can, it's the one that I'm using right now. You either unlock it in Trap Team by beating the game on Nightmare or in Superchargers at random, and I got it in Superchargers at random.
You're getting close to the engine car.
At least this one has a lot of stats that are handy for speedrunning, like... Okay, what the hell did I just do? It has a lot. It has like 42% crit, 42% crit, like plus 10 speed and some armor. And shoutouts to the guy with the loud ass car outside. That probably the microphone probably picked that up. I'm incredibly sorry to everyone watching. I know that Dutch is actually slightly faster for this chapter than English, but I don't know about the rest of the game. I think it was at least. At least there was one chapter that was faster with Dutch. Okay, I'm losing time right now. It's okay, well, because I can just do this.
Thanks for the rescue, Skylander.
23-second time loss. That's a little more than I'm comfortable with. Yeah. That's a little bit of a lot of time loss. But we're still 3 minutes ahead of PB, so it doesn't really matter. And now I wonder what's the rarest hat. I have no idea.
You must have a skull.
Alright, plan B. I'll ram the ship right through that. Alright, here we go. Pretty awesome work clearing a path for us, Skylander pal.
Skylanders of the dark element are stronger in this zone.
We've got company.
Time for us to adios. Let the Skylander take care of business. We'll keep going and get that creepy Dark Rift engine prepped.
How do you get the UFO hat?
Oh, hi. There you are, Skyland.
Vehicles of the Earth
Oh, really?
are stronger in this zone.
Is it even obtainable still?
Invincibility. Oh no, I think he just figured out you're in here.
Foolish sky loser! Did you really think you could sneak up on me? Ember, you won't get away from me that easy.
Invincibility.
Let's try this again, shall we? You know the rules. One door is the way out. The other is a surprise. But is it a good surprise or a bad surprise?
Oh, I should have been standing on the button there.
Damn.
Stop doing that! You're running out of time. Skylands is doomed. Doomed, I tell you!
Secure. Platforms have been engaged. Double.
Okay. So this is the...
Skylanders of the tech element are stronger in this zone.
All right, Skylander, we've locked onto your position. We'll rendezvous at the control room entrance with the dark.
Yeah, it's
light
pretty
engine.
good.
Oh, sweet meat! Now, Chaos. Time to show these fools that
I hope I can get the sword one cycle.
Fear me and my awesomeness. Now made even more awesome by the...
Oh, Zack Zone, actually. Please. Yeah, I got fucked over by the RNG.
Yes! Bow down before Emperor Chaos!
Like, normally he does a lot more teleports, but two things where I could hit him, like, bruh, that's an actual bruh moment.
You'll pay for that! Prepare for your inevitable defeat! No! That's impossible!
Oh, Chaos.
We're gonna try this. Let's hope this works. Someone told me about it and that it can quick kill. Okay, it didn't work.
This your captain speaking. Brace yourselves, folks. This calls for a super epic mega.
I forgot to. Eon talking percent. Yes, Eon talking percent. Let's go. This theme, this placer is actually pretty good.
You didn't really think this was over, did you? You can't defeat me, fools! Skylanders is doomed, and the universe is mine. All shall fear and obey me. I am the
Goodbye credits.
Quickly, Portal Master.
Is this counted towards the time, by the way, or does this count as a load?
Destroy it before it can escape and threaten every world in the universe.
And look away, do you know that? If this is counted as a load or not?
On your journey has prepared you for this moment. The malevolent reign of the
Goodbye
darkness
credits, hi darkness,
must
hi
come to an
Eon.
end, or we are all lost. Your greatest battle awaits you, Portal Master.
I don't think we can stop 140 anymore. Well, at least RTA or IGT is still very possible, or something, or at least Loadless, I mean. That's what I mean. I think it's counted to the time. Oh, okay.
Drive through another Rift Surge Ring. Drive through the Rift Surge Rings to
How I can save time in this segment, by the way, is to don't crash into anything.
Attack now while the darkness is weakened.
You made a grave mistake challenging me, where I am most powerful.
By the way, wanna see something funny? You can drive through most of these crystals. Look at that. You can just drive through them. I need to take these turns optimally.
You cannot hope to stand against my might. No, no!
Okay, that one does have collision.
This will be our final battle, Skylanders. No, no!
How did the score of lights get fixed in Imaginator? So haha, I have no idea.
You can't evade me forever.
Now comes this phase of the fight.
You must strike when the darkness is weakened.
I should have used the trap there, but I didn't know that's what's gonna happen. Oh, I forgot. Damn it. Yeah, that would have been it right there if I put on the trap earlier. But like, minute of time loss because of that. Still, probably still gonna be amazing run. Well, damn it. Not if I do that. We're done. Alright, this is going in the server. Yeah, that is a pretty good run. And it does still have to be timed loadless though. This is just the time with loads. So it's gonna be lower than that. I think we're gonna end stream now, and let's find someone to raid. Anyone, any suggestions for someone? Like, is there any streamer live right now that you would like to see? Oh, there is currently Speedruns Live is currently doing Spyro's Adventure, so we're gonna I already wanted to raid someone else, sorry, but yeah. We might raid them next stream time. 8 rounds left. Alright, to join the raid if you want channel points. You get channel points for joining raids. Thank y'all for watching, and we're gonna raid. See ya.